In modern society, a fundamental issue lies at the heart of many of our collective struggles: the lack of accountability among women. This refusal to acknowledge personal responsibility is not just an isolated flaw, it's woven into the very fabric of how we approach gender, relationships, and social structures. The reality is that women, in many cases, have managed to avoid facing the consequences of their actions. And this absence of accountability is one of the key drivers of societal dysfunction. From family law to workplace dynamics, the absence of genuine responsibility has far-reaching effects. One of the most glaring examples of this lack of accountability is seen in the legal systems that often favor women in divorce settlements, child custody battles, and financial obligations like alimony and child support. While these policies were originally created with the intention of protecting women who were historically disadvantaged, they have often been weaponized by women who refuse to acknowledge their role in a broken relationship. Instead of taking responsibility for their part in the failure of a marriage or relationship, women are often given a free pass, shifting all blame and financial burden onto the man. This is particularly evident in cases where men are left financially and emotionally drained, while the woman is supported, despite her own failings or contributions, to the dissolution of the relationship. This pattern of shirking accountability extends beyond the courtroom and into the workplace, social circles, and everyday interactions. Women are often treated as if they are inherently fragile, requiring special care and treatment to protect their feelings and egos. We've created a culture that caters to these fragile egos, constantly telling women they are the same as men and that they should be treated as equals, when the reality is they are not. The differences between men and women, both in terms of physical capabilities and psychological traits, are ignored in favor of an idealized vision of equality that doesn't reflect the true nature of men and women. This insistence on ignoring biological and psychological differences contributes to a system where women's unique needs are overserved, while men's struggles are marginalized and dismissed. This refusal to acknowledge and confront the reality of gender differences and personal accountability is at the root of many of society's problems. By pretending that women are inherently the same as men, by treating them as though they bear no responsibility for their own actions, we enable a toxic system of entitlement and resentment. We've created a society that upholds women's egos and allows them to avoid accountability at every turn. And in doing so, we breed a culture of division, frustration, and inequality. Men are expected to bear the weight of society's issues financially, emotionally, and socially, while women are shielded from facing the consequences of their own actions. This imbalance undermines the very foundation of fairness and mutual respect. Furthermore, this inability to hold women accountable feeds into a cycle of victimhood and entitlement. Women are constantly told that they are victims of a patriarchal system, and as a result, they often feel justified in taking from men without any moral qualms. The idea that men are inherently guilty for their historical advantage is a dangerous mindset that further exacerbates the divide between the sexes. Men are expected to make amends for societal wrongs they may not have committed, while women are rarely asked to take a hard look at their own roles in perpetuating inequality. In truth, the lack of accountability among women contributes directly to the breakdown of meaningful communication and cooperation between the sexes. Until women are held accountable for their actions, until we can confront the reality that they are not exempt from responsibility, we will continue to see society's problems fester and grow.